there are no strings on me.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Carnage, your Primitive AK here, back with another video for you guys today. Today we are here with the official Black Ops Cold War official release. The game is now available to play in certain regions. Yours truly got access to it as well at the time of making this video. It is currently 6 a.m. and the embargo time for releasing videos is at 9 a.m. So you guys are going to be seeing this video at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Today we're going to be covering the best settings for the brand new release of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. We covered controller settings for the beta and also the alpha. Today we're going to be covering for the full release of the game. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. And some things you're going to notice when you actually boot up the game, you're actually going to start at level 4. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure if that's a mistake, but regardless, let's go ahead and jump into the settings. So first things first, you're going to want to make sure that you're on your PS4. This is going to be controller settings for anyone that's on Xbox or Xbox or PS4 or PS5. And for anyone that's on PC and you want to know graphic settings and what settings to use, I have a separate video for that as well. So controller settings, your horizontal sensitivity and vertical sensitivity, you want to make sure these numbers are both the same. You're going to want to alter them based on your playstyle. So whatever your Modern Warfare sensitivity was, I recommend you turn it up by just 1. So for example, my Modern Warfare sensitivity was actually a 6. In this game, you recommend that you put it up just 1 more. So in my case, that would actually be 7. Your ADS stick sensitivity should always be slightly lower than 1. I recommend usually about 0.85 or 0.90. Actually, I'm not even sure if you can do 0.85. We'll probably just leave that at 0.80. So I recommend you start at 0.80 and just work your way up. Your high zoom, which is basically anything that's like a sniper rifle scope or an 8x scope, anything over 4x scope, this is what your modifier sensitivity is going to be for when you ADS your weapon. If you are on a standard controller, I recommend you put this over on tactical, so that way you can slide and jump a lot easier on your character. However, if you're like myself and you have a Scuff Impact controller, I actually recommend that you put this just on default. Your flip, if you prefer your triggers to be on L1, you can put this on flipped. Me personally, I just like to leave it on standard, so that's just my case. Inverted vertical look, make sure it's on disabled. Controller vibration, as I always mention, it ruins your aim, just leave that on disabled. Aim down sight aim assist, make sure you leave this on enabled. Slow down and strafing aim assist on enabled. Airborne mantle on automatic. Aim down sight behavior on hold. Steady aim behavior on hold. Armor behavior on apply 1. Actually, this one's a little bit of a mess in my opinion. So this is for Warzone. This is actually a setting that was in Modern Warfare as well. So if you prefer the apply all you gotta do is just press to use once, and it'll apply it consecutively to all armor plates, so that way you don't have to keep holding down the button. But if you prefer to just do 1, I prefer 1 to be honest, but that's just me. Aim base attack vehicle control, make sure it's on aim base. Stick layout on default. This is your dead zone setting, so if you do not have any dead zone issues on Call of Duty whatsoever, just leave this on standard. This is on 1099 and then 1099. So if you don't have any dead zones problems, just leave it the way it is. Don't touch it. If you have issues, then you're gonna need to play around with this setting just a tad bit. Controller sounds, I recommend you leave on disabled. It saves battery life on the controller. This applies to Xbox, PS5 as well. So to turn that on disabled. Auto move forward, I leave this on enabled, so that way you don't actually I'm confusing the two, I apologize. Auto move forward, leave it on disabled, and auto sprint, leave it on enabled. So that way you don't destroy your L3 button trying to sprint all the time. So this is basically automatic tac sprint, similar, just, you know, without the tac sprint. So make sure you put that on enabled. Sprint cancels reload, leave that on disabled. Parachute auto redeploy, enabled. Equipment behavior on hold, interact behavior on tap to reload. And for graphic settings, make sure your field of view is set all the way to roughly about 103 to 105. I don't recommend going all the way to 120 because things start to get a little bit crazy. So I don't really recommend running that in that case. ADS field of view, make sure that is unaffected, so that way your ADS field of view is actually the same as your standard look field of view, because if you put it on independent, then you're going to go back to ADF of view when you ADS your weapon, so make sure that's unaffected. Split screen orientation on horizontal. Motion blur completely disabled. Do not use motion blur, it ruins your game. Audio settings on not muted. Master volume, you're gonna need to turn down your music volume a lot because the music volume is insanely loud on this game. So I think roughly about 60, 65 will probably work good for this game, so that should work for you in that case. Sound effects volume on 100, dialogue on 100. Like I said, this depends on your headset. You're gonna have to play around with this setting. Audio preset, I leave it on Treyarch Mix. You could put this on bass boost or high boost. I'm actually going to put this on bass boost, see how this sounds. And then hit marker sound effect, make sure it's on enabled. Voice chat enabled, game chat enabled, voice chat volume on 1. Open microphone sensitivity on 70, microphone volume on 1. Moving on for your interface, subtitles, I leave it on enabled because I like to see what's going on with the game. Crosshairs, this is for your HUD elements. If you want to disable certain things, you can. Me personally, I just leave everything the way it is. I know another popular thing that people like to do is turning on player names. They like to disable it or leave it on abbreviated. I just, I leave everything on. That's just up to me. Advanced in-game alert icons, I leave it on enabled, so that way you can see if you have packet loss or any type of issues with that. Input device icons, I leave this on hidden. Mouse tooltips, I leave it on shown as well. And obviously I don't have a keyboard and mouse plugged in, so nothing to there. Account and the network settings, you don't need to touch at all. But hopefully this helped you guys out in getting your settings all set up. I hope you guys learned something new. If you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comments box down below. If you guys are hyped as much as I am for Cold War, make sure you guys leave a like and type what you guys are most hyped for in the chat. I'll catch you guys in the next one though. It's your boy Carnage, your Primitive AK, signing out. Peace out, fellas.